What's up everyone, my name is Cody Engel, and in this video, I'm going to help you decide if Stripe is the right company for you. This video is geared towards software engineers, but a lot of the information will be applicable to anyone. There's a lot to go over in this short video, so if you appreciate jumping right into it, go ahead, smash the like button. Here's a picture of Tina to say thank you, and let's get into it. Stripe was founded by two brothers, Patrick and John Collison. The brothers have a collective net worth of $23 billion, according to Business Insider, and they became millionaires by the time they turned 20 after selling their company, Octomatic. Again, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Stripe's mission is to increase the GDP of the internet. The company has managed to raise over $2 billion from 39 investors across 21 rounds of funding. The average salary of an employee at Stripe is $140,000, although it can go much higher than that, and we'll get into that a little later on in this video. The company has 5 engineering hubs in San Francisco, Seattle, Dublin, Singapore, and remote. Yes, one of their engineering hubs is entirely remote. Stripe brought in almost $7.5 billion in revenue in 2020 and makes up over 15% of the payment processing industry. In 2020, they processed over $350 billion. Their growth rate has been at least 50% each year, and 2017 was their best year when they grew by 150%. The most straightforward and lucrative way the company makes money is through the commissions earned on every transaction from the over 3 million websites that use them for payment processing. Stripe charges 2.9% plus 25 cents on every transaction. They do offer custom pricing for their enterprise clients, which each do $1 billion in payment volume each year. Stripe Radar is a financial product that helps with fraud detection. Customers making use of this are charged between 5 and 7 cents per transaction. Then you have Atlas, which makes it easy to start a new business. Stripe charges an initial $500 to set up the company and then $250 annually to keep the business incorporated in Delaware. At the time of this recording, over 20,000 companies were created using Atlas and are generating over $3 billion in revenue. This is really only scratching the surface of the products offered by Stripe. Some of the other ones to quickly point out include Treasury, which is a banking as a service API. Capital provides access to fast and flexible financing for businesses to manage cash flow and invest in growth. Terminal is a point of sale product for brick and mortar sales. Identity provides an easy way to minimize fraud by verifying a person's identity. Realistically, you could start accepting payments through Stripe, and as your business evolves and becomes more complex, they will be ready to support whatever you need from a financial standpoint. The company has set itself up to be the central hub for e-commerce. Next up, I want to talk about how the company pays their software engineers along with some of their other employees. Their compensation package consists of a base salary, annual bonus, restricted stock units, and sign-on bonuses for certain employees. The base salary is the bare minimum you would make in a year at Stripe. Then, from what I've heard from Stripe employees, the bonus has a 15% target that can go up to 30% based on performance. Let's say you make $140,000 per year. If you received 15% bonus, that would be an extra $25,000 for the year. If you received a 30% bonus, then it would be $42,000 of extra money. Stripe's RSU package is somewhat controversial because grants vest 100% after 1 year. This means you have limited upside on the grant because the share price can only fluctuate so much over the course of a year. The benefit is the share price can only fluctuate so much over the course of a year, so it's also a little less risky. When you receive your initial RSU grant from Stripe, it will be based on the trailing 90-day valuation from their 409A. A 409A is an independent appraisal of the fair market value of a private company's common stock. Essentially, this valuation determines the cost to purchase one share of Stripe. The last component of Stripe's compensation package is an optional sign-on bonus. From what I've seen, a $50,000 sign-on bonus is a good general expectation if you're a software engineer. This number can fluctuate based on a variety of factors, including how well you interview, whether or not you have competing offers, and how badly the hiring manager wants to hire you. Regardless if you are offered a sign-on bonus or not, you should make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. Let's say that you interview at Stripe and they decide they want to hire you. If you are an entry-level software engineer, the average salary you might expect is $234,000 per year. From this salary, the average base is $132,000 along with $27,000 annual bonus and $75,000 in company stock. If you're a mid-level software engineer at Stripe, you'll fare a bit better with an annual salary of $336,000. From the numbers I gathered, the average bonus is a little less at $25,000 a year, but the base salary goes up to $182,000 along with $129,000 in RSUs. The average offer for a senior software engineer is $479,000. This is made up from a higher base of $218,000 along with $226,000 of company stock and a $35,000 bonus. You might be noticing that the average bonuses are a bit lower than they should be with that 15% target. I might have some insight into why this is a little later on in the video. Anyway, let's get back to the salaries. Staff software engineers can expect to make $624,000 per year thanks to a base salary of $241,000. The bonus is higher at $50,000 per year, and the stock grant comes in at $332,000. The highest reported salary for software engineers was for a principal software engineer and totaled $813,000. I've only seen one principal software engineer salary from Stripe, so it's hard to say for sure what you would receive. If you're not a software engineer, then no worries. I have a couple other salaries to share before we get into the benefits package. If you're a solutions architect, you can expect to make $326,000. Technical program managers at Stripe make an average of $265,000. Data scientists make around $250,000. Engineering managers make around $650,000 per year. Stripe's benefits package has an estimated value of $9,654 a year. If you're working out of an office, you can expect free breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They also offer learning and development along with tuition reimbursement. Their life insurance is 2 times your annual base salary and is capped at $500,000. If you contribute to an HSA, then Stripe will also add $100 per month to your account. If you or a dependent needs therapy, you can attend up to 20 sessions per year. There's also a gym and wellness reimbursement of $125 per month. Stripe shuts down the company for a week between Christmas and New Year's. They also offer 21 days of paid time off along with sick time. If you are having a child, then expect up to 16 weeks of maternity or paternity leave. If you are the birthing parent, then you can also take 8 weeks off prior to your child's birth under the company's medical leave policy. Stripe also offers financial benefits which include a 401k with a 50% match that is capped at $2,000 per year. You can contribute to a traditional 401k as well as a Roth 401k. That's about it for the benefits. If you're a regular of this channel, you'll probably think they're pretty tame, and I would agree. One area that I haven't talked about yet are anonymous reviews from current and former Stripe employees. It's important to take these with a grain of salt. However, they can help glean the general culture of a company. Starting off with some negative reviews, folks mentioned that there have been multiple reorgs each year and managers have been encouraged to exit new employees within a few weeks of starting. This is also backed up by other claims that there is no support for new hires and folks are fired arbitrarily during the initial 3 to 6 month ramp up period. Some have described Stripe as a throw someone under the bus culture and mentioned they were told to either throw someone under the bus or get thrown. In general, it doesn't seem like Stripe has the best work-life balance, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can be a great way to grow in your career if that's what you'd like to do. If you're looking to rest and vest, then Stripe would not be a company I'd consider working for. This is also one reason why I think the bonuses aren't as high as their targets. If there is a personal performance aspect to the bonus target, then it's likely difficult to get 100% of that. They also have a stressful on-call rotation, which isn't paid. This is disappointing because there are companies out there that will pay engineers more while they're on call. It was also mentioned that the company culture has been declining somewhat rapidly after a number of people that contributed to a positive culture left the company all around the same time. It was also mentioned that the CEO became hypersensitive to criticism and operating principles that used to make sense have been replaced with tech bro babble. It's not all bad news though. Stripe employees have also mentioned that it's a great place to learn valuable skills while working on highly cross-functional teams. You'll also have an opportunity to make a large impact while working with fun and ambitious coworkers. It was also mentioned that employees have a great deal of autonomy, which is very helpful for progressing in your career. If you're wondering if I would work for Stripe, I think if I was looking for something new and the opportunity presented itself, I would consider it. Yes, there have been plenty of negative things said about Stripe, but I try to put a little less weight into negative reviews. The reason I do this is because if someone is unhappy, they will go out of their way to let someone know. This isn't to say negative reviews are lying. I think there is plenty of truth in them. What I've picked up is that Stripe is a fast-growing company with a lot of ambitions. They pay incredibly well because they need top performers. Instead of taking the time to see if someone will get better at their job, they're okay with letting them go and just hiring a replacement. After hearing all of that, would you ever consider working for Stripe? Let me know in the comments below. If you're on the fence but are interested in working for another financial company, then check out this video I made about Coinbase next. If that doesn't sound interesting, then maybe check out this suggestion from the almighty algorithm. We also have a growing Discord community that is free to join, so be sure to check out the link in the description down below.